Hi, welcome back to another episode on how to build a web application using a need stack. So, what is a need stack? The need stack is a technology stack for building web application uh, by leveraging Nest.js and Express on the back end, Angular on the front end, and the entire application is written using TypeScript. So, in the last episode, we used the Angular CLI. By the way, we are building up the front end first. So we are using Angular. We use the Angular CLI to 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 generate this front to generate a template application, and then we customize the application, and then we display this. So into our application, we added both Bootstrap and Bootstrap as well as Fontawesome. So this is Fontawesome. This is Bootstrap. So if you're keen on looking at the source code is available here. By the way, the slide is available from this link. So an Angular application, when you first generate, will give you the following things. You give your index.html file, which is like your landing page, the CSS file, which is the style.css, which is the global CSS, and then the main.ts. So this file will be compiled down to JavaScript when it's served. So this main.ts will bootstrap a module called app module. So the file is located under app module.ts. And this module consists of one component, which comes as part of the initial setup, and that module consists of three files. So an Angular component consists of three files: the HTML file, in this case the app component HTML, which is the structure, the view; the CSS file, which gives styling to the structure; and the TypeScript file, which provides the behavior for the component. So the component has a selector or has an element. You use this element to place to place in your HTML or in other markup to display this component. So very quickly, let me just show you this structure. So we are inside the Angular application. Let me open it up. Okay. So this is the index file. This is the uh, this is the TypeScript file. So it bootstraps the app module. So and then we have the app module. So the app module consists of these three files. So we'll look at this module files first. So it bootstraps this module, and in this module we've got one component, the app component. So when this module it bootstraps the app component, and we will look at the app component. So this is the component, the app component. The app component consists of the HTML, the CSS, and the app root. Okay. So the app component, so where do we use this? We use this in index.html. So basically we are saying that Angular should render the HTML in this location. So generally you don't mess with index. In most cases, generally the file that you modify, or actually the view that you modify, is this particular file. Is the HTML. Is this file. So this file is what you see here. Okay. So what we're going to do now is this. We are going to so this is where we have left off in the last video, and you can get all that from this repository. So in this video, we will start off by creating a component to for a Trello client. So the whole purpose of this is to build a Trello clone. So for those of you who do not know what's Trello, Trello is like a Kanban. It's a Kanban methodology for for project management or for 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 managing your work. So the Trello has this concept of a board, or Kanban has this concept of a board. So this is a board, a to-do board, a research board. Okay, and inside the board you have this thing called cards, which is the stuff that you're supposed to do. So what we're going to do is this: we're going to allow users to create these boards. Okay, so and we are not going to do, we are not going to be quite so fancy. We are just going to use regular forms. So this is a form. So this is a board, and this is the title of the board, the owner or who created it, the some comments, and then we can add a card to them. So these are cards. So these are cards. These are cards. So when you click on this, you add one line of this. So in the card, you can add some description and maybe some priority. If you don't like the card, you can click on this button to delete it. Okay. And finally, when you're done, you can save you can save the your newly created board. We're going to use this board in a lot of different ways, for updating, for deleting, for modifying, whatever. But in the first step, we are just going to create this form. Okay. So what we are so we will start by first of all creating a branch so that you can follow it. So what I'll do is this: I will create a branch, git branch. So I'll call this branch part 2. Okay. Okay, and then I'll check out. Okay, so now I'm in part 2. Okay, this branch. Okay, so let's go back to front end. And what we'll do now is this: we will now go ahead and generate a component. So I'm going to use the Angular CLI to do that. So ng generate component. So I'm going to generate my components into this directory called components. So the G is generate, the C is components, and then I'm going to call my component. Let's call this kbot. Okay, I'm going to skip the test. I'm going to create a flat structure. Basically, it says that don't create a new directory to house the component. So let's have a look and see what is being generated before we actually generate it. So this is what we're going to get. Inside this directory, we are going to create a new component which consists of 3 files, and the CLI will also update the app module to include this newly created module into newly created component into a module. So let's go ahead and remove dry run and generate the component. Okay, so we can go back to our directory. Okay, let's open this guy. Okay, so let's open this guy. So let's have a look at our files. So what we'll do is this: we'll look at this file. So this is this HTML is this guy here. Okay, right? And what I'm going to do is this: let's have a look at our new component. So let's look at the HTML file. So this is the HTML file. This is the behavior file. So this is the kbot. That's the selector. So we can remove this guy. Okay, and we can say add kbot here, place it here, and now you notice that the component is displayed here. So, okay, so let's give a little bit of space on top. So I'm using the Bootstrap class, which leaves some margin on top. And let's go back to my HTML file, and we will now remove this, and we will create the bot. So before we do that, let's do this: call h1. Let's call it kbot. Okay, so we've got that kbot, and we're going to use a form. Okay, and so I'm going to put the form down here like that. Okay, and I'm going to use, so I'll put the form down here. So I'm going to use Bootstrap. So let's create a form group, and we go label, label. So according to my thing here, it's going to be title. Okay, and this is called this title. So input text for title and form control. So let's put a placeholder. So this is the bot's title. Okay. 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 Good. So let's copy this guy, and then let's oops, substitute this with what's the next? Sorry, what's the next one? The next one is called created by. Okay. Created by. Okay. And what we want is this. We want this to be an email. So the type of person's email. Let's call this owner's email. Okay. Okay. And then finally we have the text area. Okay, the comments. So again, we do the same thing. We change that. We change title to comments. Comments. And then here, this one, we're going to change it to text area. Okay. And this is comments. Okay. We don't need a type. What we're going to do is this is going to be the rows. How many rows? Let's say 5 rows. We don't need to put column because Bootstrap will style it for us, stretch it out for us. Okay, so we've got title, we've got created by, and we've got the comments. So we've done this 3 part. So let's create this button, these 2 buttons here. Okay, so we're going to create a button here. So let's just fold this guy up. Okay, so we have button. So it's going to be a button, and then it's going to submit. It's going to be a blue color button, so that's primary. And it's going to be create. So this is the create bot. Create the bot button. Got one here. So let's do a yellow one. So that's warning. What do we call it? Add card. Okay, we got like this. So let's use Flexbox to separate them. So we will use Bootstrap's Flexbox utilities. And then since we're going to separate them, I think it's called justify content between. So this is the space between. Okay. So let's put some icons here to make it look nicer. Let's create this. So we'll look at our font. Since we have loaded Fontawesome, let's go and get some Fontawesome icons. Gallery. So for create, the first button is create. So you see if any button you like. So create. So let's use this guy. Okay, so this is calendar plus, and since it's not solid, I think. So we're gonna use this. So FAR calendar. What's it called? Plus. Okay. Let's go and have a look. Okay, so let's put a bit of space between those two things. So I'm going to use the margin left. Space. Okay, so let's look for a card. Let's go a list. Let's try a list. Since this thing looks like a list, let's look for a list. Okay, so yeah, this is better. So maybe we pick this one, list OL. Okay, so it's FAS list OL and OL, and we want to put a space between the icon and the text. So we've got that list. Okay, so now we will create a table. So let's fold this guy. Okay, so let's create a table. Okay, so so the table, we need a heading. So our table will have 3 columns, right? Because the first column is description, the second column is priority, the third column is the delete button. And we're also going to need a body. So this is a picture. Okay, so we will need description. And then we're going to need priority. Okay, let's have a look. So we have that. So this is too close. So let's put some space between the table, say table line and the button. So again, margin top, let's see 2. Let's put 2 and see. Okay, maybe double that. Okay, right? Okay, so now we will put the input, the description. So this description, we will say, this one we will say form control. Okay, we don't need the ID. And we put a placeholder here, placeholder. Okay, we'll say cards description. Let's look at this. Okay, and the next one we're going to have is this priority, which is a pull down, which is like a drop box. So we have 3 priorities. Okay, low, medium, high. So we'll say select for control. Okay, we don't need the ID and name. We just do like this, and we go option value. So we got 3. So I want to start from 0. So let's change this to 0, and this low, medium, high. Okay. So let's have a look. So we've got that low, medium, high. Okay. So then finally, the last one we're going to have is a button, with a trash can. So the type of button is going to be just a button, and then it's going to be a button. It's a button danger. Red color. Red color. Okay. So let's look for a trash can. Okay, let's use this one, trash out. Okay, Right. So we have managed to create our form here. So this is the this is the view. So let me just remove the fold. So we've got a form. We've got an input. Okay. Then we've got a command, and then we've got buttons to allow us to add the form or to add more cards, and then each one of this row is a card which we can on if you press the add, it will do something like this. So you okay, and if you click on this, the row will be deleted. Okay, so what I'll do is this. I'll stop here. In the next installment, in the next video, what I'll do is we will create a model, and then we'll map the model to the form so that the form will begin to start capturing information. Okay, so I will. So what I've done is this. So before I end, okay. So this is the part 2. So I'm going to commit. I'm going to do a git add. Okay, git commit. So I will say part. I will say added the kboard component. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll push the. I won't merge it back to the master. So every video I'll create a new branch, and then I'll I'll, I'll continue from there. So I'll just push this branch here. So if you're interested in the second one, just check out the uh, the part 2 branch. So git push master part. Oops. Oh, push origin master. Put origin. Okay. So okay, so let's have a look. Make sure it's that. I'm sure it is. Okay, so we got part 2. Okay, so till next time, I'll see you. Thanks.